Absolutely. There's a lot of activity and a big deployment here, bigger than we've really seen in the past for the most part. You see the armored vehicle traveling right through MacArthur Park right now. You see a lot of people trying to antagonize them, if you will, coming up to the vehicle, stopping it, and LAPD has just responded. It looks like LAPD is going to be involved in some crowd control. You see them there on the bottom of your screen, but we'll push back into the armored vehicles. One of the things that is so difficult, these agents are not identified. You can't tell if it's ICE. You can't tell if it is National Guard. We had a convoy of National Guard vehicles go through here a few moments ago, and they left. We have 4 or 5 bands standing by as well, and then all the other unmarked vehicles. You can see the crowd is getting closer and closer to what could be ICE agents. We don't know that for certain, but in the past when we've seen this type of activity, that is what it has been. But as you mentioned, we haven't seen anyone detained. We haven't seen these agents go out into the crowd and try and grab anyone, and it looks like now they may be moving through. Interesting.
All right, so if you missed it last week, I did a video about LA and what was kind of happening out there, and I was told by several viewers that I need to just keep out of LA because I don't understand the dynamic there. And with that, I decided we're going to go back to LA today. Because yesterday you might have seen that there was a lot of media and excitement about apparently it was maybe an ICE raid and a military presence going through MacArthur Park, and Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, was a little ticked off about this. She held a press conference giving her thoughts on it, and I want to just watch this press conference with you guys real quick and then stick around to the end, because at the end we're going to take a walk through MacArthur Park to see if her statements and her concerns line up with the reality of the area. So anyways, let's take a look at what she had to say yesterday during the MacArthur Park operation, I guess you'd say. I'm still not exactly sure what was going on there, but anyway, let's listen to what she had to say.
Today, I was on my way to the press conference with the governor. While I was on the way, though, I got alerted that there was a ICE operation, military intervention, who knows, at MacArthur Park. I turned around, we went to the park. I could see a helicopter in the air. I think it was a Black Hawk helicopter. And I saw military.
Okay, so you can see this is a ABC News helicopter. Not exactly a Black Hawk helicopter, but okay, let's go.
Tanks. It was the Custom and Border Patrol, and it might have been military on the periphery. To me, this is another example of the administration ratcheting up chaos by deploying what looked like a military operation in an American city. Now, you can spin it any way you like, but in my opinion, it's a political agenda of provoking fear and terror. Frankly, it is out.
So now law enforcement operations are operations of fear and terror. This is the mindset of the modern day Democrat Party.
Outrageous and un-American. Who were in the park today were children. It was their summer camp, their summer day camp. And
we're going to check that against reality. Please stick around to the end, because this is fascinating. She's worried about the children at MacArthur Park.
Spoke to an 8-year-old. I never let on what was going on upstairs, but did this 8-year-old tell me that he was afraid of ICE? I think it's pretty dramatic that a child said to me that he was fearful of ICE. So what I saw in the park today looked like a city under siege, under armed occupation. I just think it's important that we continue to tell the truth to the American people. There was no protest. There was no disorder that required that.
So again, I don't know what was going on at MacArthur Park yesterday. I haven't caught up with the news on that, but clearly it was a law enforcement operation. They had a Los Angeles Police Department, and I believe the military, National Guard at least, and ICE were doing some rounds through there. They were clearly looking for something specific, I would say. This is the... Well, we can look at this for just a
St.
second.
John's Community Health Center was also in the park. The group says it was forced to leave when agents threatened doctors.
Back up! Don't come here!
We were all scared because we were there to help, the homeless, and we couldn't even give them the basic needs.
It doesn't appear that anyone was detained at the park.
Okay,
The mayor says that she...
And I don't really know what was going on at the park, but clearly it was a federal law enforcement operation. And with that, I just want to move on here and go to take a look at MacArthur Park so we can see exactly what children were frightened out of that park and what children would be at MacArthur Park. So this is just a walkthrough. I'll put the link to this walkthrough in the description. You can check it out and go watch the whole thing. We're just going to watch a few minutes here of an average day at MacArthur Park. Where are the children? Does it look like children regularly go to this park? When my kids were young, I coached all of their sports teams, soccer and softball and baseball and all of these different athletic teams. And it was always held, the practice and games were always held at the local park, and there were always kids there, kids everywhere at the park, and it didn't look anything like this. If I had a local park, it looked like this. So I never take my kids there. It's sad, really, this drug-infused hellscape that the Democrats have created in their city. This guy. I don't see any kids. Maybe Karen Bass had all of this cleared out just for that one day specifically, so the kids could come on the day that the law enforcement showed up to run their operation. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't live there. I wouldn't live there. Let me look a little bit more here. This guy's still here. This is several minutes later. Still here. This is 3 or 4 minutes later. There's one particular I wanted to get to watching this. Let's see. Skip ahead a little bit here. I think it's coming up right here. Yeah, okay. So these two are, I don't know, smoking or snorting. So they're doing some kind of drugs, clearly. Just out in the open at the park, where apparently kids are frequently take their school field trips and things like that, according to Karen Bass. So, that looked like a cigarette, maybe. This guy's, I don't know, man. So of course, like Democrats frequently do, they wanted to use the kids so they could weaponize empathy, and it's sad that they do that, but it's it's a common tactic with them. Nancy Pelosi is really good at it. Anytime that I ever see Democrat politicians out saying they're trying to protect the kids, I know that just means they're usually trying to take away citizens' rights for one reason or another. So that was just a walk through. You can see MacArthur Park up here, where the kids take their school field trips and do their class projects and things like that. Karen Bass was mad that the military and ICE were going through that park and apparently interrupting these fine, upstanding citizens. I don't know. But, yeah, so anyways, that's just a quick video I wanted to go through with you. I saw that yesterday, but I didn't have time to sit down and create a video, but I just wanted to jump on and see how Karen Bass's description of the park and the situation lined up with the reality of the park and the situation. So, anyways, that's all I got for you in this video. If you enjoyed that, please leave a like. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. And please consider subscribing. Thanks.